opponent, showing up on short notice, 2 days notice, fighting out of Gracie, Baja, Boston, Lucas Paguta. This is intermediate rule set. Intermediate rule set.
Pat, here we go. Our first match of the undercard. We are ready to rock. Lucas and Vanny the Sun. Touch hands and we're off.
From what I just heard, Lucas was a last-minute replacement here.
Vanny immediately sits guard.
Vanny the Sun pulls Lucas into a leg entanglement. Lucas with a heavy knee slice. Pace is a little frantic here.
Scrambling.
Vanny attacking the legs. Lucas sprawls back, trying to take side control. Vanny doing a great job at keeping his knees to his chest. Vanny pulls butterfly guard, now finds his close guard. We have Vanny shirtless, showing off his sun tattoo. Lucas in the Gracie Baja rash guard.
Trying to go for that far leg.
Vanny shoots up a triangle. Lucas is able to back out of it. That was a fast setup.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Vanny's lacking for any speed here. Well, neither guy, really. Good pace.
Both guys going for it. It's been a fast pace here at RCS Promotions tonight so far. Lucas with a really nice pass there. Gets the knee on belly. Head and arm clinch.
They're going to try to roll him over on his back.
He ideally wants to flatten Vanny out. Vanny's doing a good job at staying up on his side.
Vanny trains out of 10th Planet, Long Island. It's a blue belt, only 19 years old, making a good appearance here on RCS.
Events like this are great for these up-and-coming competitors to get some exposure and get that competitive experience. Vanny's still seated, looking to get in on the legs. Lucas has a pretty sprawl-heavy guard passing game going on here. Vanny trying to bait and switch a little bit here, playing coy. Now they're back to the feet.
Vanny sits. Got 2-on-1.
Mercy grips. How do you feel about the mercy grips, Jeff?
I want no part of that whatsoever. I don't want my fingers locked in with your fingers.
Lucas tries to roll over on a Kimura. Both guys back to their feet.
He's tired! He's tired!
We're about halfway through this match already.
What do you think Vanny's attack is here, or his plan of attack is as he keeps sitting?
It looks like he wants to get in on the legs. There we go. He gets to an Ashigarami position here. Lucas is trying to stay heavy on the leg that's entangled.
Keep him compressed.
Does a good job at stepping out of the entanglement.
Vanny switching back and forth.
Vanny's now in a Z-guard position. Lucas with doesn't have a deep underhook on the top side, but he's trying to flatten Vanny out to pass the half guard. And we reset to a butterfly guard.
Looks like Vanny keeps pushing him away in the chin. Right?
Yeah, he keeps pushing his hands up in the face. Lucas tries to jump on an armbar. Vanny retracts his elbow out. We'll see Manny later.
Yes.
Vanny now has control of both legs. And he loses both of them, rolls through, and ends up on top.
Let's go, the Sun!
We have the entire 10th Planet Long Island team over here in the corner of Vanny the Sun.
I think his last name is really the Sun.
I think it is.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I heard. I looked up his Smooth Comp profile, and he is on there as Vanny the Sun.
Okay, well, there you go. Interesting last name. He certainly is yellow.
Vanny stacks up Lucas, tosses them to the side, and moves into side control. A really nice pass. Lucas is bridging in.
Definitely changing up tactic here, going for more top-heavy game, top-heavy attack.
Vanny took an Americana grip off of a frame and now finds himself on top of the turtle position. See if he decides to set up a front headlock choke or if he wants to take the back from here.
Looks like he said to take the back.
1 minute left in the match. Get to the back! Get to the back! And don't lose it!
You're right. He finds his seatbelt, no hooks yet.
Yank him up! Yank him
Can't
up!
quite see what he's doing.
Lucas tried to flatten out, but Vanny kept him up on his side. The back turtled up again.
Yes! Get that bottom hook in!
It's got both hooks in. And
he's got a choke.
deep.
It's deep. And he gets the tap.
Wow.
Great match.
Right on the edge of the mat.
Vanny the Sun, rear naked choke with 30 seconds remaining.
Wow. That was a great match.
Great finish.
The sun shines, Pat.
As soon as he got those hooks in and rolled him over, Vanny immediately got that choking arm under the neck.
And
It was
your
deep,
winner.
around the neck.
Chris, Vanny the Sun!
Maybe the sun's the winner.
That was a high-paced match.
That was fun.
Out of ambush, BJJ, the CEO, Brandon Johnson.
Brandon Johnson making his way to the mat.
Brandon is a 23-year-old blue belt. Ambush Jiu-Jitsu Club.
This is an intermediate match, intermediate rule set.
Seems to be some confusion on the rule set here.
Advanced rule set, advanced rule set.
This is the advanced rule set, so it's a 7-minute match, all submissions legal.
No slams.
No slams.
Brandon Johnson comes from a strong wrestling background.
He is. He's a high school head wrestling coach down in New Jersey.
Ryan immediately sits guard. Be interesting to see how a strong wrestler plays that.
This is a good stylistic clash. Ryan's going to look to attack the legs or look for triangles. So he's chasing a Kimura here.
Brandon really trying to control that lower leg, get himself on top.
We end up off the mat. The ref's going to reset them back in the middle here. We have Tim McLinden in the corner of Ryan Gilligan, who just won a match a couple of rounds ago here.
In spectacular fashion.
And in the corner of Brandon Johnson is Sam Vorby, who we'll be seeing competing a little bit later, along with Sean Yadimarco. Gilligan finds a Kimura.
He's got the head trapped.
He sweeps Brandon with it. He almost went for the head scissor. Brandon comes up to his base. Ryan's going to follow through.
He's got to separate that hand.
Ryan might look to triangle this, or he ends up taking the back and gets the body triangle in. Can't quite see what's going on with the grips here.
Yeah, it looks like they're hand fighting. Ryan's adjusting.
Ryan Gilligan's a seasoned competitor. We see him competing in pretty much everything out there, everywhere we go.
He's working hard for this choke pad.
Looks like he's trying to go palm to palm, get the squeeze. Brandon's doing a great job hand fighting here.
He's got that pinky grip.
He's been getting a lot of competitive experience himself lately, so I'm sure it's not the first time he's found himself here.
Right, he was down in Emerald City, right?
Correct, he was in the last Emerald City Invitational. Ryan momentarily puts the body triangle in, but Brandon's doing a good job at getting some hip rotation.
Oh, and he's
just
almost
as I
out.
say that, he gets out.
Yeah, wow. Ryan had been on his back for a long time. Ryan throws up. Oh.
Back to the open guard. Ryan seated, Brandon standing. Ref shuffles them back to the middle.
Sam calling for some pace. Once I'm applying.
Looks like
heavy
Ryan
pressure.
is looking for that Kimura grip again on the far side here of the Z guard. Very common attack from this position. Brandon's getting some downward shoulder pressure on the knee shield of Ryan, which is a strong strategy to try to pass the Z guard.
Take the knee out of play.
Absolutely. Usually you want to try to pin that top knee down and sprawl and circle around it, but he wasn't able to get around. Now he dives on a Kimura. Ryan gets his arm free. Corner of Brandon Johnson here, barking a lot of orders at him. Looking for him to really get motivated and work on passing the guard here.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time really battling.
Ooh, Ryan shoots a triangle.
Positions.
Ryan locked up a wrong side triangle. Brandon picked him right up over his head, and Ryan slid out of the triangle.
That was not a slam. Looks like Ryan dropped off.
That was
on
not a
his own.
slam. He just kind of slipped off, and gravity took over. Little bit of complaint out of his corner, but no complaint from the competitor. If you allow yourself to get picked up in a triangle, you're accepting the fact that gravity might bring you back down. We're back into this Z-guard position again.
At what point of a match do you decide to switch up your attacks, right? If you're not able to finish from this kind of bottom-heavy position, do you essentially try to take the top?
Ideally, you should be, but it's very easy to get a one-track mind when you're out there competing. It takes a very experienced competitor to have the whereabouts to make those changes on the fly. And Ryan has had some success with his attacks here, so I'm not surprised that he's looking to go back to them.
Brandon's really struggled to pass the legs, it looks like, right?
He just hasn't quite committed to the pass. Because as he goes for it there, Ryan inverts through and he's in on an inside heel hook. And he's going to get this. He's got a good bite. Oh, Brandon rolls through. Ryan's got a bite again on the heel.
He's fighting the hands. It looks like he's got the grip separated.
We have a little over a minute left. Ryan's got a good bite now, and he gets the tap.
Wow. Really persistent in going after that heel.
Brandon did a really good job there trying to hide his heel, rolling through in the correct direction, but Ryan found...
Battle there, battle. Your winner, Team Flow, Ryan Gilligan.
I was saying each time they rolled through, Ryan did a good job at finding the heel exposure and eventually got the tap.
Yeah, it looked like Brandon was able to separate the hands at the very end. Brandon Nichols, 25-year-old blue belt out of Binda BJJ. They hosted the weigh-ins this afternoon in the rules meeting.
He's matched up here with Frank Purvis, a blue belt out of Henzo Gracie, New Hampshire.
Immediately go to wrestling tie.
Both guys sharing collar ties ear to ear. Purvis jumps guard. Ends up in the open guard. De La Hiva now. Brayan momentarily tries to backstep and take a knee bar. He's doing it again. Have to be careful not to get your back taken there, which he almost does.
Great roll through.
He's doing a good job at framing away and trying to get his hips here away from Frank Purvis, who's trying to climb up and take his back. If Purvis can get an over-under or even a grip on the collarbone behind Brayan, he's going to have a good chance to get the back.
Trying to control the legs. He's got one hook in. Oh.
Brayan tried to look at a Kimura, which almost led to him getting his back completely taken. There's so much going on in this exchange right here. Both guys, they just make small adjustments. They'll be able to secure their position.
Oh, he's got the... It's hard to see from this angle, but it looks
Purvis
like he's got the choke
back.
in.
He's got the choke in. It's across the chin. And Brayan Nichols rotates through and ends up on top.
He forced it off of his chin. It was a little bit high. Pushed the elbow up, forced it off his chin, was able to come out.
And now he falls on a leg attack of his own. These guys are constantly moving. Brayan Nichols he falls for that knee bar again. This is what led to his back being taken, though.
It's close again.
Oh, he's got a good look on that knee bar, though.
Oh.
Purvis doesn't look fazed by it. Now he falls on a straight ankle lock. We're rotating out of bounds. The ref's going to move him back inside. I'm interested to see where he resets them. So far, he's been just standing them back up.
And that's what happens.
So that's an interesting precedent for the rest of tonight. It seems like no matter the position when they end up out of bounds, he's going to reset them standing. It's a little bit, not a little bit, it's a large disadvantage for the person that was attacking.
Sure. Lose that position altogether.
DJ booth just cut out.
Got very quiet in here. There we go.
We have Frank Purvis on top. Brayan Nichols trying to find his close guard. Purvis with a nice pass forces Nichols to turtle.
Trying to go for an armbar. Slips out.
Nichols cartwheeled over the top. He's on top now attacking a guillotine. He's got the grip under the chin. This is a really strong attack. Oh, and he's going to lose it.
Wow. Purvis rolls out, pops his head free. He's in top control. He's in side control.
We're out of bounds.
Nichols frames himself right out of bounds.
So this time he resets them inside control. So maybe if it's a
submission attempt.
If it's a submission attempt, it's going to be standing. If it's a secured position, we'll put them back there.
Purvis looking to get some strong shoulder pressure here. Wow. Great pace here.
Purvis keeps coming up to the turtle position. Nichols is now trying to secure a darce. Nichols fell back on the guillotine. Purvis rolled through and gave up his back in the process.
Oh, and he's got both. Oh, he's got a body triangle in. in
rolling
the
out of
hands.
bounds. We'll see what the ref's going to do here.
Wow, this is a tough position.
Hard to see what's going on here. Nichols has the back with a body triangle.
Ref's letting him roll through.
Can't really see what's going on here with the hand fighting. It looks like Purvis rolled through and Nichols is now on top in the mount.
Purvis is framing against the hips here. Can't really tell if he's going to switch to...
They're completely out of bounds now. Nichols stands. Purvis would have liked to take that heel hook, but this is intermediate rules here.
You can see him look for the grips.
He might have a calf slicer in play here.
Wow. Nichols back on top.
Now we're going to get a clean reset from the ref.
The
We
crowd's
have a minute remaining here. Crowd's going crazy.
Really appreciating this action.
Let's go.
Nichols immediately jumps for that knee bar again. He has no entanglement on the leg he's trying to straighten here, though. He fixes that problem. He's got a good look here. Purvis has his secondary leg in the middle of the entanglement.
Knees up with your hands, Frank. Open his knees with your hands.
Is that really going to prevent him from able to get the strain on the knee? A little extra space.
It's going to make it difficult for sure. Frank slips the knee line. Looks like he's attacking a straight now.
Oh, he's got belly, turning belly down.
Ooh, Frank Purvis, strong belly down, straight ankle lock. 10 seconds remaining. Is Bray Nichols going to be able to wait this one out? That's nasty.
Oh, yikes.
And we make it to the bell. We're going to overtime.
The crowd is loving it. The crowd is loving it. Great match. I thought that could be the finisher right there.
That was a tight straight ankle lock.
All right, but here we go. They're doing the coin flip. And the winner will choose whether they want to defend or attack first.
Purvis wins the toss. Looks like he chooses to attack first, and he's going to take the back. So we are in a modified EBI rule set here. We're doing one overtime round. Each competitor gets 2 minutes to attack.
Submission only, no ride time.
They're
no
not
escape
looking at
time.
any ride time or escape time. It's fastest submission.
Looks like Purvis
Has a grip together. It's over the face, but it looks tight. And he gets the tap.
Wow.
That was 21 seconds. So now Nichols is going to take the back. He needs to get a submission in faster than 21 seconds, or he's going to lose this match.
The crowd is on their feet, Pat.
We have two local competitors here. And here we go. Nichols gets the body triangle. He's frantically trying to get an arm across the neck.
Having a hard time getting a hold of his neck here. Purvis immediately
is
got his
almost
head
out.
free. Yep.
He's got his shoulders free. He's got to get his hips free to get out. We're still in. This is still live. And time.
Wow. Great match.
Great match. Great match.
These guys went after it, Pat.
Those guys came ready to
That was an exciting match.
All right, winner, the submission in overtime, Frank.
Frank Purvis gets the win. Submission in overtime. Rear naked choke.
All right, we're going to take a quick.
Jimmy Grimm.
And his opponent fighting out of Triforce MMA, Kyle Wow.
We've had a great night of prelims so far. Some very exciting matches.
Yeah.
We're here at Michael's Function Hall in Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Fowler versus Shahgholi.
We have
Get
a
the
great
undercard
main
going.
event coming up later. But before that, we have a ton of exciting matches from bottom to top here. Here we go. First match of the undercard. Jimmy Grimm,
Purple
10th
belt.
Planet, Greenville, South Carolina. Kyle Pavo out of Triforce MMA here in Rhode Island.
Strong wrestling background. So he's really lurking on evolving his leg lock game.
And Kyle is trying to climb up on an arm here. Jimmy's trying to get that pressure on, and
Jimmy's got a strong wrestling background as well.
Jimmy looks like a stout fella.
He does. He's putting a lot of pressure on Kyle right now. Splitting the legs.
So Jimmy was an Illinois state qualifier wrestler. Illinois is a strong wrestling state.
Big Ten country out there.
Finds himself in top side control here. Kyle's a strong wrestler himself, though, so we'll see if that negates.
Oh, he's in on the leg.
Kyle in on a leg. Jimmy gets his secondary leg in there to defend. Kyle had a bite on the inside heel hook, but not a strong entanglement. Kyle ends up on top here in the butterfly guard. Ref's going to reset them in the middle.
And Jimmy Grimm trains under Manny Vasquez, 10th Planet, Greenville. And Manny is in our co-main event later tonight.
Correct. We have Manny in his corner right now. 10th Planet black belt. The Triforce MMA team is also very well represented on this card tonight. Some great competitors. Kyle's in on the leg again. Cross Ashi position. Jimmy's doing a good job defending with his feet. Kyle's taking a look at the clover leaf. Jimmy doesn't seem very fazed by it. He's trying to split the legs.
Hard to finish, right?
He's passed the legs across. We're in 50-50 now. Jimmy going for the inside heel hook. Kyle's attacking an ankle lock on Jimmy's secondary leg. Kyle's got to look at the inside heel hook now. Jimmy's got to be careful as he's trying to dig for his own submission. Both guys doing a good job defending with their feet.
Looks like you're trying to go for an ankle lock here too, right?
Kyle's got the inside heel hook now, though. It slips off the heel. It's definitely going to be the preferred attack here.
Both guys trading submission attempts.
Ref just stopped them here. Didn't see what happened. Not sure what happened here.
I didn't see anything that looked like a tap, did you?
No, I didn't.
Big Fight Mike trying to get the details.
Let's see if we can get Mike over here. Both competitors seem confused. Ref and Mike seem confused. Looks like we're going to confer on the side of the mat.
All right, he's going to restart him.
So I just got the intel from Mike here. The ref thought this was an intermediate match, so he called it when he saw the heel hook. But both guys are good to continue.
All right. So in our intermediate match, it's only straight locks, no twisting.
Correct.
All right, so Grimm.
Kyle's in on a cross Ashi again. He's doing a really good job at getting in on the legs of Jimmy Grimm here, but Jimmy also seems very well versed in the leg lock game. Kyle ends up rolling through. Jimmy's back on top now. Ref's going to reset back to the middle. Jimmy looking to pass from his knees here. Kyle's got a knee shield, Z-guard game going on. Looking for a Kimura on the far side. Jimmy's going to step over and try to counter with an armbar. Ooh, Kyle's got a good look at an inverted triangle here. Not quite locked up.
Trying to get his foot to his knee.
Jimmy could be in trouble here because his arm's going to get isolated. It's going to be hard for him to defend it. Kyle's in a great spot to finish here. He's got a Kimura grip. And he almost has a reverse triangle locked up. He's going to straighten the arm. Jimmy's in a lot of trouble.
That Kimura grip is so powerful.
It's really hard to defend your arm from this position.
Jimmy's rolling through onto his belly, though.
Jimmy comes
Gets
up
out.
to turtle. Kyle's looking to attack a front headlock here. See if he goes guillotine or takes the back. He falls on a guillotine. He's looking like he's going to climb up on the back now. Jimmy's rolling through. Kyle gets the back. Beautiful back take.
Can't tell if he's got it under his chin.
Jimmy escapes his hips. Kyle comes up on top.
1 minute left.
Pretty good defense here by
1
Jimmy
minute.
Grimm.
We have 1 minute remaining in this match. Jimmy's working his way up, but Kyle keeps attacking the front headlock.
Rolls out of another guillotine attack.
And Kyle's got a good look at this guillotine. Jimmy's trying to roll belly down to escape. He's successful with it.
Kyle's in mount.
30 seconds.
20 seconds left. Kyle looking like he wants to maybe go for a Hail Mary armbar here.
It looks like he's got a punch choke.
10,
See if he can finish it. It was 8 seconds left.
5, 4,
Jimmy seems like he's going to survive
3,
this one.
2, 1.
Lets him up.
Time.
We're going to overtime.
Going to OT. Comes coin flip.
So far, we've only seen competitors take the back in overtime, I believe.
You have a preference?
I think it's strategic. You need to have a strategy going in which situations you're going to choose which position. I think most often you see guys will take the back when they want to control, and they'll take the armbar when they need a Hail Mary.
Makes sense.
It's about what you practice too. You can get great control time with spiderweb position if that's what you're working on. A lot of people just don't put the time in on it. Kyle started here on the back. Jimmy's getting good rotation with his hips. He just needs to clear the elbow through to escape. Kyle's he tried to go to the arm triangle, but Jimmy gets the elbow through. So now if Jimmy gets a submission, he wins. If not, we're going to the judge's decision.
Jimmy also taking the back.
Ref should be sitting these guys up. Jimmy's already got a little bit of an advantage leaning back here.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It doesn't look like he's quite set them properly.
But Kyle immediately rotated. He's going to clear his elbow through and be out.
He is. There it goes.
Going to a decision. Escaping the back is so much about that rotation. Judge's decision incoming here.
So the eyes are on the judge. Everybody to
Your
crowd.
winner, 10th Planet Greenville, Jimmy Grimm.
Jimmy Grimm pulls it
Jimmy
out by
Grimm.
judge decision.
That had to have been a very close call.
Great back and forth action.
I would not want to be the judge in a lot of these matches.
Everything is legal except for slams.
Good call on the no slams here.
Yeah.
We have both guys trying to set up their ties on the feet. See who has the stronger takedown game here if someone opts to pull guard. In the corner of Gauthier, we have Nick Fury taking the head coach's seat. Both guys look happy to wrestle up to this point. We're a minute down. Gauthier with a slick little arm drag there. Still on the feet, though.
This is where it becomes grueling, right? If you're not used to doing a lot of work on the feet, getting the match to the ground, you'll be really tired, especially in a long match.
That's an often overlooked part of jiu-jitsu competition. A lot of people don't practice takedowns enough in the gym.
Yeah, you'll see it when you go to competition all the time.
Even if your plan is to pull guard, that's something you should be practicing. How are you going to do it? What are your grips going to be? Gauthier has an underhook here on his right side. He's attempted a couple of times now to lower his level and grab a single leg. He's been unsuccessful. Mark is trading collar ties side to side. He's trying to get good head position. Two and a half minutes down here still. Still working on the feet.
Mark's got a trip.
Mark went for an Uchimata there, but ends up in bottom position with his guard closed. Very long legs, is able to close the body triangle in his closed guard.
Also, he's trying to control the hands in the bottom. Could be thinking triangle.
Mark's doing a good job keeping the posture broken.
When you're in someone's guard with long legs and long arms, it is really hard to get your posture proper.
It's really
So
hard to
easy.
stay in a position where they can't reach you and break you down.
Right.
Mark's back to the body triangle in the closed guard.
Don't see that very often.
Tyler gets up to his feet. He's going to try to break the guard open here. Really good base. He's trying to push the knees down.
Base
Gravity's going to get... Oh, just when I thought Tyler was going to get the guard broken, we end up back to the feet.
Carrying all of Mark's weight. But that really puts a lot of pressure on Mark's legs.
Yeah, in that position, it's really hard to tell who's carrying more of the strain. Time's already ticking down on this one. Under 3 minutes to go. Tyler lowers his level, comes up with a single leg.
Oh, if Mark's going to try to roll through. Nope.
Mark ends up on bottom in his half guard. Tyler's got head and arm.
Mark's trying to fish in an underhook. Sorry, butterfly hook.
Yeah, butterfly
Let's
hook.
go.
That butterfly hook by Mark could really help him get some elevation and advance his position. He's trying to dig that underhook now as well. Tyler's doing a good job of keeping Mark's shoulders flat on the mat. It's one of the biggest battles in the half guard.
Slowly working his way up.
We have 90 seconds left in this one.
This is really where it can get grueling, Pat, like this. Keeping a guy creeping up your body like this.
That's a tough position to be in here. Bottom half guard, flat on your shoulders, not the greatest spot to work from.
Doesn't really have any frames. Creating space.
Ref's going to reset him here with a minute to go. Still battling here in the half guard.
Mark's trying to pry open. Sorry, Tyler's trying to pry open Mark's guard with his inside foot.
Right. And Mark was trying to post the hip away, which is a good strategy, but it's ultimately that underhook on the top side that's determining this position.
Oh, and Tyler passes through to the side.
Time's running short, though. He's not going to have a lot of time here to do anything.
Barring your hair Mary here, we're going to overtime. And that's time.
9,
Going to overtime.
Be interesting to see what a taller, lankier fighter or competitor goes for in an overtime situation like this.
In this format here, where we only have one overtime round to work and it's only about the submission, I'm surprised we're not seeing more armbar setups.
This is going to take the back.
It looks like Big Fight Mike is in here giving the refs some pointers on how to get these guys set up, as we were talking about the last match.
That's right.
The offensive person in this position can get a little bit of an advantage by leaning back before the round starts. Tyler immediately finds rotation, gets free. So the criteria here to escape the back is you need to free your hips, and you also need to free your elbow across the body. So if either one of those controls are still in play, the ref's going to let the clock keep ticking away. So you can't just get your hips free from the hooks and have the seatbelt in play. You need to free yourself from the seatbelt as well.
All right, Tyler's taking him back as well.
Tyler's doing a good job of keeping his head underneath Mark here, attacking on the weak side.
He looks like he has a really strong grip here.
Trying to get the body triangle in. Mark's doing a good job at blocking it.
There it is.
He's momentarily in.
Switches hands.
Mark's done a good job of getting some breathing room back here. Tyler had those grips right up around the neck for a while. He's back there again, though. He's got a good look at this. He's palm to palm, and he gets the tap.
Wow. Really worked hard for that one.
Penzo Gracie, New Hampshire's Tyler Gauthier gets the win in overtime.
and your winner and still New Hampshire RCS Sub-Only Champion, Tyler Gauthier. Richie Santiago.
Richie Santiago on the mats.
At a Triforce MMA. Richie's got a MMA background. 8-4 as a pro. I believe his last fight was against Joe the Party as well.
Interesting. I did see that. You're right.
Our host gym, Binda, BJJ, Kyle Wood.
Hometown boy Kyle Wood making his way through from Binda JJJ right here in Haverhill.
We're here in Haverhill, Massachusetts, Michael's Function Hall. Beautiful venue for this night of submission-only matches. RCS Promotions.
Intermediate rule set. This is intermediate rule set.
I thought we had all advanced rule set going forward, but they just announced this is intermediate, so no twisting leg locks.
Kyle Wood was a high school wrestler. Wrestles actually at UMass for their club.
That's interesting. I see here Kyle also trains at New England Submission Fighting in Amherst, Mass, right by UMass.
Yep.
Have some friends that we cross-trained with at that school. Great group of guys.
Oh, wow. Richie deep on the single, but ends up on his...
Kyle ends up with a Darce or Anaconda. It's hard to tell from here. Maybe a guillotine. Our view's a little obstructed.
It looks deep, though.
I think Kyle has a one-arm mounted guillotine right now. Looks like he's trying to get an arm in, guillotine grip back together. Richie's doing a good job of getting the knees in the middle and
Great scramble.
finds his way out of it.
Richie got in deep on his single, but ended up on his back.
Now that I see Kyle here, I believe he stopped in and trained with us a couple of times. Looks very familiar. We're back to the feet here. Richie was working on a collar tie. Kyle shucks him off. Packed house here. Really good showing for this event.
Both these guys look really relaxed on the feet.
Yeah, both of them look content to wrestle on the feet.
Not afraid of the stand-up.
Richie's back on the collar tie. Kyle has an over tie on the same side.
Goes to the trip.
Richie had a Russian tie, went for a trip. Kyle's in on the neck again. Really fast chokes coming from Kyle.
Richie trying to pass the half guard. Oh, and he does. Into side control.
Great job passing. Fights his way out of another front choke, ends up in side control. Ref's going to reset them in the middle here in side control. Richie Santiago on top.
Looks like he's trying to isolate that far arm.
Richie has some heavy shoulder pressure going on here, making Kyle face away. Even exposing that near shoulder off the mat. You could look at trying to take the back from here. Kyle now starts turning in. Richie steps over. He's momentarily in three-quarter mount. Kyle's trying to push his knee through to possibly gather up a half guard, which he does. Richie's trying to knee slice through the half guard here. Kyle's playing a butter half. He's got a half guard with a butterfly hook on the outside. Very good position because as the top player starts slicing through, he can use that butterfly hook to elevate and off-balance him in that direction. Kyle's very long. He's got double overhooks now, trying to elevate with the butterfly hooks. Richie doing a great job at keeping his base.
Oh, he almost has him.
He's working on that sweep. Richie settles back into side control, pins Kyle's near side arm to the mat with his leg.
Kyle's
Gathered up his ankle,
yeah.
but his upper body is so tied up he's not able to do anything with it at the moment. Richie steps over to 3/4 mount.
Probably could tend to work here a little bit, especially with that MMA background.
Coming down to 1:30 left in this match. Very interesting battle here. Kyle has thrown out some really fast submissions, and Richie's done a great job with his positional control. Richie grabs a guillotine grip on the top side here. Down to 1 minute remaining.
1 minute left.
Richie really trying to work the pressure game here.
Yeah, he's getting his head up underneath the chin of Kyle,
really
trying to pressure in.
Pressure.
Kyle's barely hanging on to that quarter guard right now.
Power's way out of there.
Richie gives him a forearm across the jaw for extra measure.
Oh,
Kyle turtles up. Rolls back to his hip. 30 seconds remaining.
It looked like Richie had an opportunity to pass there towards the head, but came back. And ends up now in
20 seconds.
Back to kind of a... They keep going back and forth between like a quarter guard and a 3/4 mount.
10.
Time's running low here. Looks like we're going to overtime.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What do you think, Jeff? Does anyone take Spiderweb?
I don't know, man. We haven't seen it yet.
No one's taken Spiderweb yet. Everyone's taken the back. And we have had some submissions, so it's not like it's not working for them.
It does make me wonder whether or not, with the with the limited overtime rounds here, that people aren't taking that into account.
In this format here, I would be 100% taking Spiderweb.
Nope.
Looks like Richie Santiago will be starting on the back of Kyle Wood.
Go!
Richie's got a good palm-to-palm grip already. He flattens him out and he cranks it. And Kyle's close to tapping.
This is a really tough position right
He
now.
was really close to tapping right there, and now he's out.
Wow.
Great job persevering through that one. Now Kyle gets his opportunity. If he submits, he wins.
To have the guy on your back, belly down.
With a face crank.
That is a tough position to be in.
As Kyle takes the back. Gets the body triangle in.
Oh, looks like Richie's close with the shoulders at least. Maybe not.
Kyle's still got the body triangle in. Richie's rotating his upper body. Kyle's fighting to pull him back in and get chest to back again. That body triangle is so hard to rotate the hips out of, though.
Just not enough room.
You can get your shoulders all the way to the mat, but if you can't rotate within that body triangle, the round's going to keep going. I'd like to see Kyle adjust his position here and try to pull him back in. He's looking to go arm triangle. That should still be live.
Yeah,
the ref calls time, but that should be live.
Yeah, there's no escape there, right? That's moving because of the submission attempt.
Mike does a good job at getting right into the action, setting the record straight.
The ref's not paying attention.
Kyle's still working this arm triangle. Per the EBI rules, this is still live until he gets that elbow free, and now he's out.
Wow. So, Pat, let's talk about that a little bit, right? So the ref stopped the action because Kyle no longer had control of the back, but
per the rules,
we're going to the decision. So Richie Santiago comes away with the win on the judge's decision.
You can hear Mike announcing.
BTT Taunton making his way to the mat.
Chris Scott on his way to the mat. He's in the all black with red accents. Brazilian top team is a staple of jiu-jitsu around this area of New England.
Speaking of Perry G.
Perry G, Brazilian top team brown belt. Congrats on that recent promotion.
And his opponent, fighting out of Gracie Sports, Handel Sam.
Handel Sam on his way to the mats.
All smiles. All smiles.
This guy was smiling all afternoon at the weigh-in.
Yep. He's ready to get it down.
What could be more fun? How would you describe his uniform?
What's he got going on here?
He's got some gray spats, gray gradient shorts.
And an Iron Man top.
Is that Iron Man?
I don't think it's Iron Man, but it looks like
We have
they're
a-
right at it.
Guys slap bump and go right at it. The advanced rule set here, all submissions legal, no slams.
Handel told me he really wants to be able to push the pace here, really work that cardio, kind of wear down his opponent, and see how he puts that to action, puts that to practice here.
Chris Scott here has headlined multiple RCS events, so he's no stranger to this rule set and format. Both of these guys look very strong.
I was just going to say the same thing.
You see the way they're yanking each other around with those collar ties.
Real tight clinch here by Handel, trying to pull Chris to the ground.
Handel
Chris gets out.
went full tie clinch there. Even if it doesn't immediately set something up, just having that strain pulling on your neck can be such a drag. These are only 7-minute matches, but in the longer formats, that can really wear on you.
Yeah.
You see it a lot in ADCC in the long matches.
If you do the tie clinch correctly, and you're really hanging your weight on the back of their head and neck, it is really tough, really grueling.
Handel uses a 2-on-1 to sit guard, and very nice. Finds his closed guard. Not quite. He's got one butterfly hook that's still stuck. Comes back to his feet, looks to attack the neck.
Both men working for that clinch again.
Handel is a blue belt, is that correct?
That's right.
See him competing around a lot. Definitely building up that experience.
Another set of guys, Pat, who are not afraid to do some work on the feet here.
There's been a lot of wrestling tonight. It's a little surprising. The mat space is a little bit on the smaller side, so there's not a ton of room to wrestle. I figured that would lead a lot more of the competitors to look to sit guard. And just as we say that, Handel sits guard. Let's see how Chris here approaches passing the guard of Handel. He's controlling Handel's right ankle. Handel's doing a great job at pummeling his feet and
Really
staying,
active feet, yep.
keeping his guard active. Very important here. Can't be stagnant. I'd even go as far as to say I'd like to see him kick that right leg free from letting Chris control it.
So Chris trying to control that leg, toss it to the side, pass.
Handel, the beautiful technical stand-up, comes up to his feet. We're going to shuffle back to the middle.
Still smiling.
Always smiling. I love it. The weigh-ins were very interesting today. We had a few that were serious, but for the most part, there was a lot of smiling and laughing. Coach's corner helps redirect the competitors back in bounds. Oh, Chris Scott double legs into the camera.
That'll make for a nice shot later, Nick.
Keeping Nick fast on his feet. He saved the camera. Glad they didn't make it this far because I was not ready to move.
Yeah. Makes me wonder if Chris will go for that again. There's not a lot of mat space here, though, but
If he wants to finish it, he's going to have to start it on the opposite end of the mat to have a chance to really drive through on a double leg. At least it's not an elevated mat space, so there is the ability to work a little bit off the edges without the problem of falling off a ring or a stage.
just over 2 minutes
Is this
here.
match really down to 2 minutes? Wow.
A lot of it spent on the feet. This is grueling work.
It'll be interesting to see if someone decides to switch up the strategy or stay the course and take this to overtime. Both competitors exchanging collar ties. They're ear to ear right now. I'd like to see someone get better dominant head position to make something happen. Easier said than done, of course. Everything's easier from this side of the table.
Right. I'm not sweaty, are you?
I'm perfectly comfortable. Ooh, double leg into the crowd. Ref did a great job at redirecting that one. Don't fault either of these guys for it. They just don't have a ton of space to work with to be explosively wrestling like this.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, Handel's still smiling.
He never stopped. It's supposed to be fun, right? That's why we do it.
You sure hope so. A little over 30 seconds left here. Still standing. Who's your favorite mercy grips?
Mercy grips. So many mercy grips.
We got 20 seconds.
Chris for the double leg again. Handel grabs the neck. We are way into the crowd. They flip over. Handel ends up on top. Still attacking the neck.
He looked like he had a real
10 seconds
tight.
remaining. Chris turtles.
4, 3, 2, 1.
That's time. Wow. That was wild.
Thank you. Good mat awareness. Thank
John
you, guys.
Doomsday Howard to our side over here, getting a peek of the action. Here to support Jake the Gorilla Pillow later tonight.
That's right.
All right, let's go. Center of the mat.
Going to overtime.
Going
I think there's an advantage to having mercy grips.
I believe some people are able to use them to their advantage. I'm not one of those people. I really don't like them. We have Handel getting set up on the back here. It's already leaning back. Ref's going to have to get control of this situation here. And we are live.
And immediately pulls him back.
I generally like to see a faster first move by both guys. Both of them should have their first move already lined up, ready to go. Especially the defensive person.
Yeah, he's just about out here. Well, got his shoulders out.
Handel's got the body triangle. As we talked about, it's difficult to free the hips from the body triangle. Handel needs to re-engage here and secure that chest to back connection again. Because if he comes up on top, then he's definitely going to have lost the position.
Unless he gets that arm trapped across his body, right?
Chris is really close to being out here. If he can find a little bit of rotation and roll up on top, he'll be free. We're just about halfway through this overtime round. This might be the longest one we've seen so far.
Just thinking, we haven't seen very many go the distance. That
and he's out.
There you go. Wow.
He found that rotation, came up on top. Now Chris gets his chance to attack for 2 minutes, up to 2 minutes. He's also going to take the back.
We've yet to see somebody choose a different...
No armbar spider web positions yet.
Period. Right.
I want to send out a survey after the event and find out why. Chris opts to not put in the body triangle. Now he does. Under the advice of his corner, he put in the body triangle.
He's got more of a crush. Oh, and he gets him tapped.
He gets the face crush. You cannot rely on your chin to protect you from a rear naked choke.
That was tough.
Great match by these guys.
Your winner, BTT Taunton, Chris Scott.
Chris Scott takes the win. Submission in overtime. Handel still smiling, even in defeat. Dylan's going to come out here flying at the legs if
history serves.
History serves.
With Lev's background, I'd be really curious.
Lev was already looking for a little cheeky
trickery
wrist lock there.
Yep.
Dylan sits. He's already got an elevation. He's collecting the far leg, looking for a cross ashi.
There it is.
Dylan's got a good bite on a straight.
It looks like the heel is popping through.
If it does, he's going to look to take the heel hook. Lev's getting a little frantic. That's when you can tell they're feeling it. He pulls the grips off very well.
He's got the boot on.
Dylan's going to find time to switch this off to an outside heel hook, though. Lev's looking to counter. It's hard to see from here. So he's trying to counter with an Estima lock on the top side. Maybe a corkscrew. Very similar.
I can't tell what.
Dylan gets a bite on the heel there. If he gets some extension, he's going to get the tap.
Lev's got his off foot put in.
Lev does a great job at slipping the heel out of there. Now Dylan's got to look at the inside. These good leg lockers, it's not just one attack. It's one into the next, into the next. Dylan's got both legs tied up.
Like Lev might be working for something too here. Hard to see. He's far side.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see all the details, but Lev's definitely been trying to counter on that far side. He's not outclassed in this position at all. Dylan gets a bite on an outside heel hook, but he didn't have an entanglement. Yeah, so we can see better now. Lev keeps countering with that corkscrew footlock, which is a really nasty counter. Dylan certainly needs to be cautious of it. Dylan's got a De La Riva ankle lock here. I'd like to see either of these guys secure a stronger position and entanglement before
going for it.
Before going for these attacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of scrambling back and forth.
Dylan works his way up to his base now. Lev's cranking out an outside heel hook, but Dylan uses it to try to take the back. Very nice. We're back to the feet.
Let's go.
Very, very even exchange between these two guys. I'm tending to believe the line of Lev getting kicked out of Gracie Baja for leg locking
It
now.
seems to be the case. I'm curious with Lev's other martial arts, what his
Lev goes for a throw, but
Yep.
Dylan almost got the back. Is Lev going to come out on top here? Dylan's got a Kimura grip. Locks up the inverted triangle. He's got the arm in with this, so if he's able to cinch that up, he could get the choke. He's probably going to look to get that grip broken and isolate with the Kimura grip. Looking to his coach, Steve Caston, for an instruction.
I love when you hear the coach give the instruction, Pat, and the competitor immediately does what they say.
And he gets the tap.
And gets the tap with it. Yep.
I was going to say, I just pulled my headphones off to hear what Steve was telling him, and he was walking Dylan through the details on how to cinch up and finish that inverted triangle.
Told him to go reach for the far side tricep.
Great match between these two. They're very even in the leg lock game, and as you pointed out in some earlier matches, when do you decide to switch it up and go upper body? And Dylan was the first to make that strategy change, and it paid off for him.
Right.